What if I told you that there's a Hollywood actor who owns more private islands than some countries have airports? Or that a certain music mogul just purchased a palace that once housed actual kings and paid for it in cash? In 2026, the gap between celebrity wealth and royal extravagance has completely disappeared. Some of your favorite stars aren't just living comfortably, they're living like emperors, sultans, and monarchs from centuries past. And what we discovered about the #1 entry on this list will completely change how you see modern wealth. Today, we're counting down the top 10 celebrities whose lifestyles make actual royalty look modest. These aren't your typical mansion and supercar stories. We're talking about levels of luxury that most people can't even comprehend. And trust me, you've never heard some of these details before. Let's get into it. Before we dive in, here's why this matters. According to recent financial reports, the combined wealth of Hollywood's elite has reached unprecedented levels in 2026. We're witnessing a new era of celebrity kingdoms, private empires built on entertainment, technology, and strategic investments that rival the GDP of small nations. But it's not just about the money, it's about how they're spending it. From recreating historical palaces to employing full royal courts, these celebrities have redefined what it means to live in luxury. And some of these stories involve scandals, family dynasties, and power moves that would make any royal family jealous. So buckle up, because this countdown is going to take you inside a world most people never see. Number 10, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Starting off our list is someone who's transformed himself from WWE champion to Hollywood's highest paid actor to a lifestyle emperor. But here's what most people don't know about The Rock's empire. In early 2025, Johnson quietly acquired a 150-acre estate in Hawaii that includes not just a main residence, but an entire compound with private beaches, a restored ancient Hawaiian temple, and a staff of 47 full-time employees. That's right, 47 people whose sole job is to maintain his lifestyle. But it gets better. Sources close to the property revealed that Johnson commissioned a custom-built gym that cost more than most people's houses, $12 million for a single workout facility. It features equipment used by Olympic athletes, a recovery center with cryotherapy chambers, and even a private physical therapy wing staffed 24/7. The Rock doesn't just live large. He's built a compound that functions like a small village, complete with its own security force and private helicopter pad. When you're generating over $270 million annually across films, endorsements, and your Terramana tequila empire, this is apparently what humble looks like. But this is just the beginning. If you think a 47-person staff sounds excessive, wait until you hear what our next celebrity considers normal household operations. Number 9, Rihanna. Rihanna's transformation from pop superstar to billionaire business mogul is well documented. But what isn't public knowledge is exactly how she lives day-to-day in 2026. The Fenty Empire founder owns properties on 4 continents, but her primary residence in Barbados has recently been compared to a modern palace by architectural experts. The estate, valued at over $75 million after recent renovations, features 23 bedrooms, a private recording studio built underground to achieve perfect acoustics, and a wardrobe room that spans 3,000 square feet, larger than most luxury apartments. Here's the detail that shows true royal living. Rihanna employs a full-time curator for her fashion collection. Not a stylist, a curator, like in a museum. This person's entire job is to catalog, preserve, and maintain her archive of designer pieces, some worth hundreds of thousands of dollars each. But the real power move? In 2025, she purchased a vineyard in France, not to make wine as a hobby, but because she wanted to create her own champagne brand to rival Dom Perignon. When you're worth $1.4 billion and growing, you don't just buy champagne, you buy the entire vineyard and hire the best winemakers in the world to work for you. Rihanna has essentially built her own luxury conglomerate, and she lives accordingly, every single day. Speaking of building empires, our next entry turned his music career into a real estate portfolio that would make actual monarchs envious. Number 8, Jay-Z. Jay-Z and Beyoncé's combined empire is legendary, but let's focus specifically on how Sean Carter has structured his personal kingdom in 2026. The numbers alone are staggering: a Bel Air mansion worth $200 million, a Hamptons estate valued at $52 million, and a recent acquisition that shocked even luxury real estate experts: a restored chateau in the Loire Valley purchased for $85 million. But here's what separates Jay-Z from typical wealthy celebrities. He doesn't just own properties, he owns property portfolios like chess pieces. His real estate holdings are managed by a team of 12 people who do nothing but handle his properties, investments, and land acquisitions globally. The French chateau purchase came with a story that perfectly illustrates royal-level living. When Jay-Z toured the property, he decided he wanted it but didn't like some of the historical restrictions on renovations. So instead of walking away, he negotiated with French cultural authorities, hired a team of historical architects, and committed to a restoration project that will cost an additional $30 million. All to preserve a piece of history while making it suitable for his family. This is a man who owns his own champagne brand, Armand de Brignac, and stores his personal collection in a climate-controlled vault that requires retinal scanning to access. When you're worth over $2.5 billion, security isn't paranoia. Standard procedure. But if you think French chateaus are impressive, wait until you see what our next celebrity built from scratch. Number 7. Kim Kardashian. Love her or hate her, Kim Kardashian's influence on modern celebrity culture is undeniable. And in 2026, her lifestyle reflects an evolution from reality star to business titan, to something resembling modern American royalty. Her Hidden Hills mansion, designed by Belgian architect Axel Vervoort, is valued at $60 million. But the real story is in the details. Every piece of furniture is custom-made. Every material is rare. The hallways feature limestone flooring imported from a 16th-century French monastery. Her minimalist aesthetic isn't just a design choice. It's a carefully curated environment that costs millions to maintain. But here's the part that shows true royal-level living. Kim employs a full household staff that includes a house manager, private chefs, nannies, security personnel, and personal assistants who work in shifts to ensure 24-hour coverage. Her children live with a level of privilege and protection that mirrors actual royal heirs. The controversy. In late 2025, reports emerged that her annual household operating budget exceeds $8 million. That's just to run the house, not counting travel, fashion, or business expenses. Critics called it excessive. But when you've built a billion-dollar empire from reality TV, shapewear, and savvy business investments, this is simply the cost of maintaining your kingdom. Kim hasn't just embraced celebrity royalty, she's redefined what it looks like for a new generation. Now, if American royalty seems extravagant, our next entry took things international, and the story involves actual royal connections. Number 6. George Clooney. George Clooney's sale of his Casamigos tequila brand for $1 billion put him in a completely different financial stratosphere, but it's what he did after that truly shows royal-level lifestyle choices. His primary residence on Lake Como in Italy, Villa Oleandra, is valued at over $100 million and has become something of a celebrity landmark. But the real story is how Clooney lives there. He's essentially become an American expat living like Italian nobility, hosting private dinners for world leaders, actors, and actual European royalty. In 2024, Clooney expanded his Italian holdings by purchasing the neighboring villa for $30 million. Not because he needed more space, but to ensure privacy and control over his immediate surroundings. He now owns an entire section of Lake Como's most exclusive shoreline. But here's the detail that shows true royal thinking. Clooney employs a full-time estate manager in Italy, whose job is to maintain relationships with local officials, manage his household staff of 19 people, and coordinate his private security that operates year-round, whether he's in residence or not. His lifestyle mirrors European nobility more than American celebrity. Private boat access, relationships with Italian cultural institutions, and a level of privacy that money alone can't buy. Only connections and strategic property ownership can secure. George Clooney doesn't just live well. He lives like a modern duke in an Italian Renaissance. But European nobility pales in comparison to what our next entry built in the Middle East. Number 5. Cristiano Ronaldo. When Cristiano Ronaldo signed with Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia in late 2022, the soccer world was shocked. But the lifestyle he's built there by 2026 reveals why he made the move, and it's absolutely royal in scale. Ronaldo's contract wasn't just about salary. It included accommodations that rival actual palaces. He lives in a private compound in Riyadh that features 8 bedrooms, a 20-person staff, and amenities that include an Olympic-sized swimming pool, a full-size football pitch for private training, and a garage housing his collection of luxury vehicles worth over $20 million. But the real story is the treatment. In Saudi Arabia, Ronaldo is treated less like a celebrity and more like visiting royalty. His security detail includes former military personnel. His travel is coordinated with government officials. When he attends public events, the logistics resemble a royal appearance. Reports from Saudi sources indicate that his total compensation package, including bonuses, endorsements, and housing, exceeds $500 million annually. That's not a typo. $500 million a year, Ronaldo has essentially become a sports ambassador with a lifestyle that matches his status. private jets, exclusive access to Saudi royal events, and a level of luxury that even his previous life in Europe couldn't match. He didn't just take a job, he accepted a position that comes with treatment reserved for kings. Speaking of kings, our next celebrity didn't just live like royalty, they literally purchased royal property. Number 4. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey's influence extends far beyond television. But in 2026, her property empire demonstrates wealth accumulation at royal levels. Her primary estate in Montecito, California, the Promised Land, sits on 70 acres and is valued at over $100 million. But Oprah doesn't just own one property. Her real estate portfolio includes homes in Maui, Telluride, Washington State, and multiple properties in California, totaling an estimated value of over $200 million. Here's where it gets interesting. In early 2025, Oprah quietly acquired a historic estate in England, a Georgian manor house with 30 rooms and 200 acres of countryside. The property once belonged to British nobility and comes with historical designation, meaning Oprah now owns a piece of actual royal history. But the detail that truly demonstrates royal-level living, Oprah employs over 50 people across her various properties and business ventures. She has household managers for each estate, personal chefs who rotate based on where she's staying, and a travel coordinator whose sole job is to manage her private jet scheduling and international logistics. When you're worth $2.8 billion and have influenced global culture for decades, you don't just own property, you own estates with histories, legacies, and staffs that maintain them like museums. Oprah has built an empire that will outlast her, and she lives accordingly. But what happened with our next entry went beyond property. It involved a controversy that exposed just how different celebrity royalty lives from the rest of us. Number 3. Elon Musk. Now, I know what you're thinking. Elon Musk famously claimed he sold all his houses and lives modestly. But the reality in 2026 tells a very different story about how the world's wealthiest person actually lives. While Musk may not own traditional mansions, his lifestyle operates at a scale that makes conventional luxury look quaint. He has access to multiple properties through SpaceX and Tesla corporate holdings. He travels exclusively via private jet, a Gulfstream G650ER valued at $70 million, and recent reports revealed that his personal security costs exceed $100,000 per week. But here's the real story. In late 2025, news broke that Musk had been quietly funding the construction of a private compound in Texas near SpaceX facilities. The project, spanning over 300 acres, includes housing for his extended family, private security infrastructure, and even a private school for his children. This isn't a house. It's a planned community built around one family, his own. The estimated cost exceeds $150 million, and it operates with complete privacy, secured by technology that rivals government facilities. Musk may not call himself royalty, but he's built a lifestyle that functions like a tech monarchy. When you're worth over $200 billion and control companies that shape the future of humanity, traditional definitions of luxury become irrelevant. You create your own. Now, before we reveal our number 1 entry, consider this. Everything you've seen so far involves individuals. But what if I told you our final entry represents an entire family dynasty that's redefined what celebrity royalty actually means? Number 2. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift's Eras Tour became the highest-grossing concert tour in history, generating over $2 billion in revenue. But it's what she's done with that wealth in 2026 that demonstrates true royal-level lifestyle evolution. Swift owns properties worth over $150 million across the United States, a Tribeca penthouse collection in New York, a coastal mansion in Rhode Island, properties in Nashville and Los Angeles, and a recent acquisition in London's exclusive Hampstead area valued at $35 million. But here's what separates Swift from other wealthy celebrities. She's built a completely self-sustaining empire with total creative and financial control. She owns her master recordings. She controls her touring production. She employs a team of over 100 people who work exclusively on her projects. The lifestyle details are staggering. When Swift travels, she uses a customized Boeing 737 private jet, not rented, owned, that's been retrofitted for transcontinental flights, with bedrooms and full amenities. Her security team operates like a presidential detail, coordinating with local authorities in every city she visits. Reports from insiders indicate that her annual operating costs, just to maintain her lifestyle, properties, and team, exceed $25 million. That doesn't include business, investments, or touring costs. That's just the price of being Taylor Swift. She hasn't just become wealthy. She's built a machine that will sustain generational wealth and influence for decades. That's not celebrity success, that's dynasty building. Which brings us to our number one entry, the family that didn't just embrace celebrity royalty, they literally created the blueprint for it. Number 1, the Kardashian-Jenner dynasty. Here's why the entire Kardashian-Jenner family takes the number 1 spot. They didn't just achieve wealth. They created a multi-generational empire that has fundamentally changed how celebrity, business, and royal-level living intersect in the modern world. Combined, the family is worth over $2 billion. But it's not just about net worth, it's about infrastructure. Kim, as we mentioned, lives in her Hidden Hills palace. Kylie Jenner owns multiple properties, including a $36 million Holmby Hills mansion. Kris Jenner operates as the family matriarch from her $20 million estate, coordinating business ventures that span cosmetics, fashion, television, and endorsements. But here's what makes them true modern royalty. They've created a system where each family member operates like a royal with their own court, but they function collectively as a dynasty. They have family business meetings coordinated by managers. They have shared security infrastructure. They have coordinated media strategies that control their public image with precision that rivals actual royal families. The controversy that exposed their true lifestyle came in 2025, when leaked documents revealed their combined annual operating costs, over $40 million just to maintain their households, staff, security, and properties. That's more than some small countries spend on their actual royal families. But here's why they're number 1. They built this from nothing. No inheritance, no royal bloodline. Just strategic business moves, media savvy, and an understanding of modern celebrity culture that allowed them to create something unprecedented. They don't just live like royalty. They've created the modern template for what celebrity royalty actually looks like in the 21st century. Every influencer, every reality star, every celebrity building a personal brand is following a playbook the Kardashian-Jenners wrote.
That's not just wealth. That's legacy. That's power. That's a dynasty.
So there you have it. The top 10 celebrities living like absolute royalty in 2026. From The Rock's Hawaiian compound to the Kardashian dynasty that redefined modern celebrity, these individuals have achieved levels of luxury that most people can't even imagine. But here's the real question. Is this the new normal for celebrity wealth, or have we reached a peak that's unsustainable? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Who surprised you most on this list? Who do you think we missed? If you enjoyed this deep dive into celebrity lifestyles, smash that like button, subscribe for more exclusive content, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our next investigation into the world's most fascinating stories. Because the truth is always more interesting.